Good day to all, welcome to Extreme Recap. In the initial scene, we are acquainted with a protection representative named Alain Duval, who is in the middle of playing computer games on his PC before long. He is interfered with when he gets a call from his significant other, Marie, training him to meet her at a particular area. It turns out Alain should meet her to search for a planned new house, however he totally disregarded it. However, he rushes to the location and joins Marie, where they meet Frank Chase, a real estate agent. After the presentations, straightforward aids them through the house and grandstands its striking highlights, including an extensive family room, a very much designated kitchen, and an enticing room while investigating the property. Marie notices a junk car that has been abandoned nearby, so she asks about it. She is reassured by Frank that he will soon remove the vehicle. In the following scene, regardless of being dazzled with the house in general, the couple starts to think about whether or not to buy it because they find it to be too big for their needs. Hearing their questions, Blunt uncovers that the house has confidential. Consequently, it is the most unusual house in the world. After that, he takes them to the basement and opens a manhole cover, claiming that beneath it is a secret that will change their lives. The couple is reluctant from the beginning, as they accept that the sewer vent just prompts a sewer. However, Frank is successful in persuading them to descend. At last, the couple follows the quick realtor and plunges into the profundities of the cellar. They are surprised to find that the tunnel takes them to the first floor of the same house that they were just in. Even though they entered the tunnel at night, the couple is aware that it is now daytime. Overpowered with shock, Alain and Marie went to plane for a clarification. After that, the agent explains that entering this tunnel delays the process of aging by 3 days, but there is still time. Increase the time by 12 hours. That implies that the couple are currently 3 days more youthful than previously. With this acknowledgement, Marie ends up being a piece energized, as she has for a long time needed to live past 100. As a result, she gets her husband to buy the house. The scene then, at that point, slices to a couple of days. Furthermore, we see that Alain and Marie have settled easily into their new home to commend the event. They share a beverage together. Alain resumes his regular routine after a few more days. While Marie becomes more and more enamored with the basement tunnel, she keeps going through it in the hope of getting younger on a certain day. Alain's chief, Gerard, joined by his better half, Jean, visits their new home. Upon appearance, Gerard's consideration is quickly attracted to the neglected vehicle in the garbage. Being a vehicle devotee, he looks at the vehicle and proposes that Alain ought to re-establish and use its uncommon quality to stress. In any case, Alain, who cares hardly at all about vehicles, doesn't give a lot of consideration to his idea. In the interim, as the discussion unfurls, Marie rises up out of the passage and joins the social affair here. She had entered the tunnel the day before, it is shown. The four of them got together later for dinner, and Jean tells her boyfriend to tell his new secret. Consequently, Gerard reluctantly discloses that he recently underwent an electronic penis procedure. He has himself an electronic penis relocate, and he currently controls it, utilizing his phone. He is able to make it sit, stand, and even dance. Gerard casually dismisses the awkward moment caused by the revelation, claiming that it symbolizes contemporary technology. Furthermore, after this, Alain likewise thinks about sharing the mystery of their new home. However, Marie strongly discourages him from doing so. Marie asks her husband to accompany her to the time-traveling portal after the guests have left, but he declines, citing a lot of work. She then hurriedly enters the portal on her own at work the following day as a result. Alain has taken part in a telephone discussion with one of the clients when he is called to Gerard's office. Gerard inquires about Alain's feelings regarding his new electronic transplant as he enters his cabin. Accordingly, all in talks decidedly expressing that organ transfers have become extremely normal in the present age. He further makes sense of that he won't pass judgment on Gerard for it, fulfilling him. Back at home, Marie slides from the time-traveling entrance following 12 hours and becomes focused on her photos from when she was youthful. Her ultimate objective is to reconnect with her youth and turned into a model. All of a sudden, a thought comes to her, and she puts a mirror before the entries. Exit. She will be able to evaluate any apparent changes in her appearance in this manner. Each time she receives in return after this, A frantic Marie by and by goes to the cellar and enters the entry. After 12 hours, she arises just to observe that Alain is as of now sleeping. Marie discourteously stirs him and inquires as to whether he sees any distinction in her appearance. Alain, on the other hand, lets her down by claiming that she still looks the same. Following this, he educates her regarding a feline, which he found at the cellar before that day. He says that the feline sat on the cellar's seal and howled to him as though it was attempting to inform him concerning the gateway, expecting it to be an advance notice sign. Alain recommends that they for all time shut the entryway down. In any case, Marie excuses his interests, saying that he is overthinking the circumstance. Firm in her conviction, she by and by heads towards the cellar and enters the entry. The next day, Alain visits Jard's office to talk about business matters. However, as they arrive, the latter interrupts their conversation and asks him out to a shooting practice session instead. While Alain is unfamiliar with such activities, Gerard enthusiastically fires various gods at the shooting range. Gerard watches from the sidelines as his electronic penis hits the target shortly after. As Gerard is taking care of a shotgun, he encounters areas of strength for some that surprises him and rattles him. Gerard sustains a severe injury to his transplanted penis as a result of the accident. Tragically, along these lines, he lets completely go over his relocated organ. Presently it can never again move. Overpowered with alarm, Gerard tells everything to Alain, and the last option proposes that he fix it. In any case, it isn't so much that simple as the total of Europe misses the mark on vital aptitude for the method. Given that Gerard's relocate occurred in Japan, however, notwithstanding his bustling timetable, Gerard chooses to venture out to Japan for the vital fixes. Before his flight, he endows Alain with full liability regarding the business and solicitations that he deal with quality later as per his supervisor's directions. Alain goes to the bookshop where quality works and misleads her that your craft has country while traveling for work. Despite this, she maintains her skepticism and has suspicions that Yard may be having relationships with other women. Therefore, she likewise makes lewd gestures towards Alain, yet he immovably dismisses her and leaves. On the other hand, despite Marie's numerous trips through the portal for time travel, she does not appear to have changed significantly. Expecting that the entry isn't working, she chooses to direct a trial utilizing a spoiled apple. Shockingly, when she goes inside the entryway and arises with the apple, it is not generally bad. This demonstrates that the portal is functional. Marie tells her husband about her discovery the same night, suggesting that the portal really does have the ability to stop aging. Nonetheless, Alain, who is totally uninterested and baffled with Marie's fixation on the gateway, excuses her revelation. He transparently concedes that he has other significant things to stress over. Alain takes a bite out of the same apple that was tested, which sets off a heated argument between the husband and wife. Just to find that it is swarmed with insects. This profoundly concerns him, as he accepts that his better half has likewise been pervaded by similar bugs. As a result, he rushes her to a clinic. Upon appearance, they meet the specialist and ask on the off chance that it's feasible for a human body to hold cherishing insects inside. Notwithstanding, the specialist accepts that they are kidding and sends them away furiously. Coming back home, Alain communicates his apprehension that Marie could seem energetic outwardly while maturing quickly inside. In any case, the voracious lady stays resolute to turn into a prestigious model. What's more, quickly after arriving at home, Marie ignores her spouse's supplications and speedily drops to the storm cellar to enter the entry by and by. In the meantime, in Japan, Gerard is seen going through the important fixes for his transfer. Simultaneously, he contacts Alain and demands him to buy a birthday present for Jean Falters. He doesn't know anything about the girl, but his boss wants him to, requesting that he select something energetic. Consequently, Alain travels to a nearby supermarket to purchase a purse for his gift. He then walks out of the store and, by chance, meets Frank, who takes advantage of the situation. Alain asks about the potential well-being ramifications of utilizing the time-traveling entryway. Accordingly, Straightforward encourages him to utilize the entrance modestly. Advised that inordinate use can prompt extreme physical and mental results. Frank also suggests that if the portal is becoming too difficult, sealing it might be the best option. Alain goes to Jean's workplace to give her the gift with this advice in mind. Be that as it may, upon appearance, he observes her making out with another man, inciting him to leave rapidly. As days go by, Marie's fixation on recovering her childhood heightens. Alain tries to restore her to normalcy by forcing her to spend the majority of her time within the portal. In any case, this main outcomes in additional contentions between the two. A time or two. Alain ponders fixing the gateway to stop the disarray, yet Marie stubbornly prevents him from doing as such. Then again, Gerard gets back to France after effectively settling his transfer issue. He's not come alone. He has really made another sweetheart whom he at last weds. However, the marriage does not last long because of Gerard's dancing stick, and they eventually separate. Gerard has a string of bad relationships with other women following this. A single fateful day. He is driving along the roadway when an unexpected fire inundates his transfer. The startling interruption makes his vehicle skirt off the street and flip over, sadly, prompting his destruction. The film then slices to quite a while later. In the wake of breathing easy entryway large number of times, Maria at last rises up out of it as a young 19-year-old young lady. Notwithstanding, regardless of her changed appearance, she doesn't find satisfaction as she battles in her endeavors to turn into a model. This prompts mounting dissatisfaction, which continuously influences her psychological prosperity. At some point, Marie arrives at a pinnacle point and encounters an extreme psychological episode, in view of which she must be owned up to a psychological consideration emergency clinic while she is away. Alain at last shuts the entry, stopping their time-traveling ventures. Portrays the emergency clinic where Marie, consumed by her inward uneasiness, breaks a glass, and afterward attempts to commit the unimaginable. However, to her shock, the injury divulges an upsetting disclosure. Marie's body is additionally invaded with subterranean insects, indicating that she had been corrupted by the portal all along. Turn on notifications. Please subscribe for more videos like this, and like the channel to support it. Thank you very much for watching.